Right, beautiful. We are back, and of course, it's time for us now to have a look at the newspapers. What is being reported in our nation and beyond? We're about to find out. This is Hope at Dawn.
Right, karibu sana, and we start off with the Daily Nation and what is being reported from the Nation Center in as far as the Nation newspaper is concerned. And it's of course all about the national exams, KCSE.
Yes.
You know, the dust is settling after the results were announced on Friday. And so there are those who are celebrating, there are those who are not really celebrating. And so what happens? And so the headline, why we won't be joining grade 10, that is in as far as the CBC, so that's not KCSE, but still education. Futures deemed, education PS Bitok assures all learners will be reporting to school, cites various bursaries. And so there are a number of students here and pictures with names of students of different institutions here. And so as thousands of students report to their new schools today, that's in grade 10. A different reality confronts many of their peers across the country. Despite excelling in the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment, they now face a painful truth. Their academic success may not lead to progression to senior school. Reason? Their families cannot afford school fees. And so there are some students, I don't know if I have time to mention them. Electa Awino Sinyolo Girls High School, Felix Kimani Muranga High School, Frida Kabibi Matuga Girls High School, Stephen Ikaho Gaishanjiro High School, Stephanie Wanjeri Ngandu Girls High School, Cheryl Akinyi Kaimosi Girls High School, Kinton Mwangi Ngoviu Boys High School, Prias Mawia Alliance Girls High School, Patrick Merure Muranga High School, Pamela Odhiambo Lela Secondary School. And this is quite unfortunate, Beatrice, because you are not being disqualified because you do not qualify. You have qualified. It's on merit that you have been invited to join these national schools. But then again, because of financial incapacity, you are not able to join your school of dream. Now, the unfortunate thing is that now you have another child, another student, they may not have performed well to be even be able to join a national school, but they are loaded in their family.
Imagine.
And so, and this is real. I have had parents who are now complaining that they were going to different schools for purposes of security. Let us not mention the schools. And blatantly, the principal was asking for 100K. So just give me 100K. I don't care which grade or how many marks your child got, you will get admission. Utaingia. And it's not just one school or two schools, or it's across the country. Blatantly, principals are soliciting for, should I say, this is a bribe.
It's a bribe.
Yeah, and it's not school fees, mind you. So hii pesa inaenda wapi? Inaenda mfuko ya mtu. And it's quite unfortunate that someone who is by merit, on merit, has been invited, but then again they are not. But then there are others who are not able, but because of money, it's quite unfortunate. And I wish we can find a way where we can have accessibility, because now all of a sudden education is becoming more expensive, and especially with the new system and all, it is becoming quite expensive for so many people. And we hope that we can find a way out of it. So that is a story that you can get on page 2 and on page 3. And then I see on the front page, Ruto to Mount Kenya voters, I will not abandon you. So President William Ruto has assured residents of the politically restive Mount Kenya region that he would not abandon them as he seeks re-election in 2027, recalling their decisive role in his 2022 general election victory. Dr. Ruto said his relationship with Mount Kenya is built on a firm foundation anchored in a shared transformation agenda. And that is a story that you can get on page 10. Still on some politics, ODM convenes meeting amid Oburu ouster plot. So the political infighting within the ODM party escalated, with the party set for a critical crisis meeting amid an alleged plot to oust Siaya Senator Oburu Odinga as party leader. The ongoing tough wars have forced the party's top organ, the Central Management Committee, to retreat to the coast today for a meeting that could either calm the simmering tension or intensify them ahead of the 2027 elections. It's a story that is on page 6, and a quote here attributed to Dr. Oburu Oginga, the ODM party leader and the Siaya County Senator. Those questioning my election, I challenge them to come for the NDC. I am not afraid, and I will call it very soon. So that is what you can read on the political front. Some sports, athletics. Kenya keeps the overall title, but rivals closing gap. Kenya topped the medal standings for the third consecutive time at the World Athletics Cross-Country Championships in Florida, USA, but there was a marked decline. You can read that. It's on page 38.
All right. And I'm just looking at the Standard newspaper this morning, and the top story here has the title, Junet's Rough Ride. Goes ahead to say that as the country gradually gets used to referring to the country's most vibrant politician in past tense, the after effects of Raila Odinga's demise in October last year are turning into a nightmare for some who appeared to have hung on to his coattails to make a political career through ODM. So National Assembly Minority Leader Junet Mohammed continues to be hit by myriad of accusations for never winning any nominations in Migori, to using his closeness with the Baba to cause problems for others as some revive old quarrels. So this is a story covered on page 4, and just citing some of the quotes here I see by some Atandi Alego Usonga MP here, saying all these allegations are total rubbish. Ask yourself, how much was required to pay presidential agents across the country? Who gave out the money? So it's still a debate. I'm seeing Carol Omondi, Suba South MP, adding, I was at State House talking to the head of civil service, where Junet found me in deep conversation with Felix Koskei. He got angry and asked how I got there without his blessings.
Gatekeeping.
I'm telling you.
Ulifika aje huku?
How now?
How now?
And I'm the one calling the shots. Hey.
Yeah.
No masana.
Yeah.
So of course the political tension is everywhere,
Yes.
because next year 2027 is when we'll be having our general election. So much tension, and we are just spectators at this point, just to see how things turn out. But my prayer is that we are purposing to vote, because mara nyingi watu wanateta, alafu election ikienda vibaya.
Nasahau.
Nakwambia Mungu atusaidie na pia kukue free and fair, so that we don't vote and then people do all sorts of things in the background.
Fairness. You say, you talk of fairness, and it reminds me, during the last election there was a certain someone who was accused, anaitangwa Jose Kamago. And inasemekana ni yeye aliamua who was to become the president. I hope voting is not just for formality. That sometimes is the biggest fear of a country. And then the others are saying, why should I vote? And already it has been decided.
It has been decided.
No, vote.
Yeah, vote. Watch at fanya our part.
Yes.
They will decide.
Yes.
God is in those IBC portals.
Yes.
But anyway, the Health and Science pullout is covering HPV self-testing eases cervical cancer detection. So I'm seeing here that the adoption of Amphire HPV DNA testing technology has been a game changer in human papillomavirus screening, enabling early detection of the virus long before it turns cancerous. I think this is a good discovery, and you can have a look at that story in more detail. That is on the Health and Science pullout of the Standard. So yeah, that's it for the Standard.
All right, Business Daily. Landowners eye windfall as 48 billion shillings set aside for SGR. So Naivasha Malaba line extension to cost
Yes.
502.9 billion shillings in total. Land compensation to take a big share of state allocation. And then ministries hit by the exit of 18,674 employees in 3 years. So the number of civil servants on permanent and pensionable terms has declined by nearly 19,000 in the first 3 years of President William Ruto's government. Workers covered under the government medical scheme fell to 124,211 employees at the end of the last financial year from 142,885 in June 2022. Right. And then I see Singapore, Hungary pay top prices for Kenyan coffee, which is sold directly to buyers abroad, indicating a shift to new markets. And then Isuzu East Africa has won a 7 billion shillings contract to lease 591 vehicles to the National Police Service, making it among the beneficiaries of the latest such program. And blue chip stocks on the Nairobi Bourse offered foreign investors the second highest dollarized returns in 2025 among the 10 African markets tracked by the Morgan Stanley Capital International Frontier and Emerging Market Indices. And so that's a story that you can get inside the Business Daily.
Beautiful. And that's it for our newspaper review. Let's keep praying for our nation and also beyond. And at this moment, we'd love to usher in the video of the day.